With the Nintendo Switch being the home of a lot of great games, lots of these games actually were chock full of content. But not only that, they had a lot of stuff for you to complete. So today I'm looking at all the Nintendo Switch games and picking the 10 games that I think are the hardest to 100%. Now, going over the criteria for this video, it doesn't necessarily need to be teeth grinding hard. It could just be a lot of work, meaning a lot of grinding, just like in Pokemon. But at the same time, I will be looking at how difficult it is to 100% and adding all those factors in together to complete a final score for each game. I also decided to exclude any game that I haven't played because it just wouldn't be fair to talk about something I have no clue about, such as Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, and Astral Chain. And of course, these are my opinions. If you disagree, that's perfectly fine. This is just something that I have personally dealt with and seen which games were that hard for me to 100%. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and without further ado, let's get into our top 10 list of Nintendo Switch hardest games to 100%. Number 10 and the first one on our list is Kirby Star Allies. It's not too difficult, but needless to say, it is very tedious to get everything done. You'll have to collect all the puzzle pieces which are laid out throughout levels, and they're random spawns, so that means you can just pretty much go through the level over and over and over again to pick these up. But there's also special puzzle pieces that only appear once, and you have to collect one of those from each level, along with all these special stage switches. You must also complete all the level difficulties in Star Slam Heroes and Chop Champs. And then Ultimate Choice, yes, this is a hard one. You have to do it with every fighter. Now, this one doesn't count towards the 100%, but I think since they put a crown over the copy ability / enemy that you've already chosen, I think it's best to say that you should try to complete the whole thing with all the different characters and also get the highest rank with at least one of them, which is the S rank. Also, for Guest Star, another thing that I kind of put in my 100% book is to complete it with every character / ability as well. This is a lot easier to do with a group of friends. Mario Maker 2 was a tough one to play since everything is based on online features only, and you're pretty much going to have to just play the game a lot, and playing other people's levels while also creating tons of levels. But you can try to get medals on every single category, and all those categories include Maker Points all time, Maker Points weekly, number of levels cleared, number of first clears, number of world records, multiplayer versus score, and endless challenge score for easy, normal, expert, and super expert. To earn a medal, you'll need to place within the top 10,000 players, and that's for every single category I just mentioned, which is extremely difficult since it's growing each and every day. Now, you can also try to complete the story mode all the way through by building up the castle and decorating the yard completely over, and to do that, you're going to have to pretty much play every mission and also collect as many coins as you can, which probably means you're going to need to replay missions since there's over 100 of them. For Splatoon 2, there's no quote-unquote 100% requirement, but I pretty much made one by completing everything that there is to complete. Well, what you're going to need to do is, for one, complete the campaign, which is incredibly easy, but you're going to have to do that with every single weapon for every single stage, which will take forever, let me tell you. It's not difficult, but it's going to take a while. You also need to get the hidden scrolls along with the fish collectible in each level. Now with the addable DLC, the Octo expansion, you'll need to complete every mission and alternate weapon mission and collect all 80 mem cakes. Also complete the super tough Enter Agent 3 boss fight, which is, yes, super tough. Now, if you want to be crazy, which would make this higher along the list, but it's just completely wild to even try this, you could try to get full X rank on every single game mode and also get your overall level meter as high as it can go. I think you can prestige it now, and it keeps changing with every update of the game, so just get it as high as you can get it pretty much. But you can go even crazier by trying to get a red Inkling stamp on every single weapon, which requires you to win multiple matches without losing, which is a very difficult feat. Yes, Mario Odyssey is a great game, but the 100% is not as difficult as the rest on this list. Collecting 999 moons in the game is a spectacular task, but considering the fact that lots of them are super easy to find and don't require much effort, and you can even purchase a lot of them, there's not really much effort into doing so, but it is mostly just time consuming. You can also collect all the 100 purple coins / collectibles in every single world, and also buy all the souvenirs and outfits, which might require you to replay bonus rooms to obtain the required funds needed. Also, get all of these soundtracks, which is probably part of just completing the game. Also, completing all these will require you to beat the dark and darker sides of the moon and the extra boss battles in the Mushroom Kingdom. Yoshi's Crafted World is probably a game many of you forgot about and never even thought about 100%ing, but let me tell you, please don't go back and do it. It is not worth it. It is not necessarily difficult whatsoever, but it is so tediously long. You'll have to finish each stage, obviously, with full hearts and collect all the red coins, egg coins, and also the smiley flowers, which is a basis for all Yoshi games at this point. Now you'll also have to find the hidden box boy in each stage, which is hidden really good sometimes, and he's just a cardboard box, so obviously he blends in with the environment really well. But total in the game, there are 600, hear me out, 693 smiley flowers to collect. You'll get them for the bosses because there's 3 separate missions for them, meaning not to take damage, and also time challenges. And you'll also have to do the flip side version of every single stage, which is pretty much just doing it backwards. Now, on top of all of that, there's still 5 to 7 missions in each and every single stage, which requires you to find the hidden objects in the foreground and the background, which is just the most time-consuming process because you're playing each and every single level, maybe, I don't know, let's say grand total of 10 to 15 times, which is purely ridiculous. Number 5, yes, you knew that Pokemon was going to be on this list somewhere. Obviously, the main thing of this game is, of course, collecting every single Pokemon and completing your Pokédex, which is a total of 400 in this game, and like always, there's version exclusives, which means lots of trading and hoping that you can get the Pokemon that you need. And there's also lots of weird evolutions in this game, and some that you would probably never ever be able to figure out unless you looked it up somewhere. For instance, running under bridges and getting your Pokemon at a certain health bar, and also spinning in circles. It's just, yeah, these are the things you gotta do to evolve Pokemon in this game. But outside of the Pokédex, there's not much else you can do. There's the main campaign and the post-game that you can play, along with the battle tower, and you can complete it in both the singles and the doubles. And there's also a battle that you can do against Game Freak, the developer, which is a lot of fun. But outside of the main base of the game, which is collecting them all, that's about it. But to collect them all, you're going to be grinding this game for a very long time, let me tell you. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze has you collect every single Kong letter, unlock every bonus stage, every puzzle piece, and secret warps along with the bonus island at the very end of the game. Also, getting gold on every time trial is something that you can also do, and complete every level on hard mode, which gives the character 1 life on one of the hardest 2D platformers from Nintendo. And on top of all of that will give you a grand total of 200%, but you can do an extra thing to go even further with this game, is complete every level on hard mode while also collecting the DK letters, which is very tough, because once you get the letters, you can't just save at a checkpoint and continue on. Once you die, you have to recomplete the level all over again from the beginning, collecting all of the letters. Yes, this is something crazy, but if you want to go for this crazy, I guess I would say 300%, you can go for it. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has over 80 characters, so you can pretty much see where this is going. You have to complete all these different game modes with every single character, which is probably going to take you a while. You'll have to do all these game modes and record scores for them, which will give you a little medal over each character. These modes include Classic and all the Mob Smash modes, including Century, All-Star, and Cruel Smash. You can also choose to play home run contests with every character and get stats down for each of them, so you just don't have those little dashed out lines, meaning you haven't completed that. You must also complete World of Light and fill out the skill tree and collect every single spirit as you go along for that 100%. And if you want, you can also complete a New Game Plus mode as well. I'm not 100% sure what it does for you, if anything, if you complete that 100% as well. But somebody out there, maybe they can tell me, maybe there's absolutely nothing, so that's really up to you. You must also collect every spirit in the game, which exceeds well over 1,300, and Nintendo adds new spirits, it seems, almost every single week. So good luck with that one. You're going to have to spend a lot of time on that spirit board and scrolling through different spirits. Breath of the Wild has a boatload of things to collect, but there's one thing in particular that makes this super tough, and I think we all know what that is. We'll get to that in a second. But first, you must complete and find all 120 shrines. You must complete all side quests and optional costumes and chests. DLC dungeon is also something that you'll have to complete along with the special boss and the Trials of the Sword. You'll need to collect all heart containers and stamina upgrades and just fill them to as much as whatever you want. Whatever your heart desires, you can pretty much pick where you go more hearts or more stamina upgrade. It's all up to the player. You must also get all of the pictures on your Sheikah slate from the Hyrule Compendium, which is a lot of things to find pictures of, and some things you may not even remember where they are located. Of course, I'm still going a little bit further than the actual 100% rate in this game, but I think you should also try to upgrade all of your gear from the fairy fountains, and of course, last but not least, collect all of the Korok seeds, which is actually required to 100% the game. there are 999 of these small things hidden across one of the biggest video game maps in gaming, and I just cannot believe this is a thing. I just cannot find the strength and attitude to force myself to go through this, and it is something that is just so hard for me to do. It's bugging me even to this day, and I still want to complete it to myself. I've seen people just now started completing the game, and the game came out in 2017, so this is pretty ridiculous. There was a DLC costume that allowed you to wear this mask that shaked and jiggled whenever you passed the Korok Seed location, but the problem with this is that it still didn't help. Once you search the whole area, sometimes you forgot you searched that area, and you don't know what area you still haven't searched just because the map is so daggone huge. Breath of the Wild was very close and very well could be #1 on this list, but something just had a little bit more content that pushed it way past and way ahead in the competition. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition is without a doubt the hardest game I've ever played to 100%. This game has so much content, whether you had the Wii U version, the DS version, this gives everything from both of those versions in this one game. This is the best bang for your buck you could ever get. You would think I'm sponsoring this game or something. It's just so much content in this game. I don't think you would ever be bored. The amount of time it probably takes to 100% this game is unimaginable. So pretty much straight off, you have to complete the story mode and all the challenges. Within those story modes, which is like get the Skulltulas, the heart pieces, all of that. And there's 4 different difficulties for each of the 32 stages, which means you have to play story mode levels 128 times in order to complete this 100%. You'll also need to move on with the all 30 characters by unlocking them as well and fully leveling them up with badges and upgrades. Now, do you need to get them all to level 225? I'm not even gonna make you do that, no. But one character has to do that in order to complete a side quest mission in this game, which I'll talk about in a second. You'll need to get all Skulltula picture pieces and all heart containers for every character. All the My Fairy clothes and abilities need to be given to your fairy, and she needs to be fully upgraded. You need all 9 adventure mode maps completed, which is the biggest hassle, I promise you, ever. These maps are over 80 tiles big, which means each tile is a full-length level most of the time, and you'll need to complete some type of task or mission, and let's just say each tile will probably run you around 15 to 20 minutes, which is unbelievable to think about it, since there's a whole 9 maps of these things, and you'll need to complete each tile by getting an A rank, plus searching the tile for hidden items and special abilities, which is not easy either, because you'll have to have previous knowledge, say, of Legend of Zelda 1, of what you can burn, for instance, burning a specific bush, moving a specific rock, and you get one try at this, and if you waste your item, you have to either buy a new one or play a past level again to get that item back. Yes, I told you I wasn't playing with this one. And no, I am not done. You need all the challenge medals that are just like achievements within video games, and just like achievements, some of them aren't given. You have to pretty much predict and guess what you need to do and just do random things, or once again, look it up. And all battle challenge scenarios need to be completed, which sometimes can require you to go on multiple days and maybe even multiple weeks leveling up a character until he is ready to compete. This is ridiculous. As of today, I don't think there's too many games out there like Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition to 100%. And guys, that is my top 10 list for the hardest Nintendo Switch games to 100%. Let me know in the comments down below what you think and if you've played any of these games, or did I miss anything. Obviously, there are some games I left out, like I said in the beginning, like Xenoblade, Fire Emblem, and Astral Chain, because I never got around to playing those games. Please don't attack me. But with that said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you liked the video, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you guys are new. Also, in the description, feel free to check out our new Discord channel. It's up and running, and lots of things have been going on with that thanks to my moderators. They're pretty great, honestly. Go ahead and check that out, and also feel free to leave comments down in the comment section and ask me questions in the Discord so that you can get featured at the end of each of my videos. I'll be picking a couple of people's questions to talk about. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.